Sends it up for the dunk, and he gets it. Goes to the basket. You know she's got to finish. Half-court shot. Oh, my goodness. They're still in it, buddy. Way downtown for the lead, and she got it. Wow. And the exclamation point on the game with a dagger here in the fourth. This is going down as a classic. Oh, what a shot. And I don't care if you called it or not. That's how you win. Welcome to our coverage of Akron City Series basketball. This is Dave Schick here on APSIS, your information station. And we've got a good one here as the ladies take the court tonight and with the Vikings taking on the Dragons. The Dragons being your home team, as you can see in the red. We are playing here at Ellet High School, one of the new gymnasiums that are here. And you'll see a couple fans in the stand to attend tonight's game as we're about ready to tip things off. Ball goes up and is tipped, oops, to the Dragons, but they do turn it over right away to the Vikings, who get the first shot to go in off the one. Katera Paisley will get through the starting lineups as they come into the forecourt here. Bringing the ball up is going to be Angel Murray, number 5, Brooklyn Diver, number 22, Tahia Lockett, number 34, Madison Ragsdale, and Neha Ragsdale for number 33. That score by Dana Lockett to tie things up at 2. On the other end, number 2, Katera Paisley, number 14, Zambra Cannon, Asia James, number 23, number 25, Alicia Sparkman, and number 50, Sarah Futch. Turnover back the other direction now. Gives the Dragons the ball. That's a tough entry pass for an offensive set. Long pass, and she's going to let that one go out of bounds. So an interesting little part of the backcourt dynamic of that call. So that one went out of bounds, so they're going to inbound it where it was at. If you were to pick up the ball, right at half court, that's where the violation would occur. Now, let's say you let that ball go all the way to the end line. That would be where the violation occurred. If you picked it up, let's say, right under the basket, that team would get the ball to inbound along the end line. A lot of people think that even though you touch it way back along the end line, you get to go back to half court, but that is not the case. Miss and a rebound by Murray. Her first defensive rebound. Passes it up, a good look, and she scoops it, gets it in. Ragsdale, Madison gets that too. Now some full court pressure, breaks it, gets into the forecourt, slows things down to set up the offense. Looking to go inside to Futch. She posts now on this side, drives to the hoop, gets some harm and gets 2 shots. And that'll send Cannon to the line. Foul's going to be on Angel Murray, her first, team first. So now Cannon will shoot 2. Good release there. Misses her first as Cannon. Oops. Almost put it on pacing on accident on my sheet here. Sets up for the second shot. Eyes it in. Gets another point. Diver brings it up. Hands it over to Murray. Murray, long pass, tipped, but still stays with the Dragons. Back up top. And this, if you look at, they are playing a zone, so that's a lot of times why you're going to see that entry pass there. On those elbows is kind of that seam of the zone. Rebound taken back by the Vikings. And that was James. Turnover back the other way. Sends it up, ooh, a little bit off. Gets the rebound, can't get that one to go. And the rebound's going to be taken down and a foul underneath.
Foul on the Dragons, number 34, Madison Ragsdale. Her third, team second.
So they'll take it on the end line, do the Vikings. 5:42 left here in the first quarter. 3-4 your score. That one goes in. Gets it in the hands of James. Passes it right to Cannon. Cannon stops and looks, looking for Futch inside, and they'll reset up top. Good handle to get in position with nowhere to go. Takes a little fader and gets it to go in. James with 2. And we've seen her in past broadcasts here on APSIS, your information station. But she's really kind of been their point forward is how she plays and is able to set up. Also can take people off the dribble, as we've seen already. That one goes in and around. They're able to hold on to it. Long three, just short. Rebound taken by Cannon. She'll stop. Oop, didn't have good footing. Rebound taken down by Murray. She loses it. Into the forecourt, a little off to the left. Not able to get it. Paisley with a rebound. She goes inside. Oh, somebody's open. Can't hit it, though. Gets her own rebound, but blocked out of bounds. First block for Madison Ragsdale. Looking to go inside to Paisley. Short jumper of a three. Futch with the rebound. Sets it back up. And it goes almost back to half court. And she saves it, but nobody's there on her team to pick it up. Back the other way, going to the hoop. Causes the foul on the quick run back. So that'll be Paisley's first, their team first. And we'll be shooting two. Always a hard one there when you're on the court. You want to save the ball. That's your instinct. But if there's nobody there to pass it to, you're just handing the ball to the other side. We got a timeout on the floor. So while we do want to let you know, hey, if you're watching APSIS and you like what you see, there's certainly plenty of places to find all of our great content. A lot of girls and boys sporting events, board meetings, and so forth are all on our social media networks and so forth. So if you like our page on Facebook, Twitter, or even you want to go directly to the website, even YouTube, we have things on. You can go to akronschools.com. For Facebook, you can go to Akron Public Schools by searching there. And then Twitter and YouTube, you can look at just Akron Schools and look for highlights as well as full videos of a lot of our game activities as well as other school inactivities. Also want to let you know good nutrition is an important part of leading a healthy lifestyle, and that is why no student attending the Akron Public Schools goes hungry. Breakfast, lunch, even a snack every day. It's all free. Learn more about how Akron empowers their students at akronschools.com. So out of the timeout, 4:20 left. 5-4 is your score, with the North Vikings leading this one just slightly. And they're going to set things back up to shoot this. So she was able to get the steal off a save at about half court. But the defender chases her down and causes the foul. Now, see if she can get it here. She goes with just one hand. Lines it up just a little bit left. Now, Peter looked at me, our cameraman here. He said, hey, why is she shooting with one hand? And I can say that's actually a good way to start your form. And you can see there that one goes in. A lot of players, especially at higher levels, like the Shaquille O'Neals you could think of, their hands are so big, a lot of them prefer to shoot a three throw almost with one hand. At times, a bit taboo at the NBA level, but players like Anthony Mason from the mid-'90s did that as well because he had big hands. And now here, a lot of coaches will say to try to start that shot just with the one hand to get it trained to kind of be the main hand that holds on to it. I know players that I've had as their coach using that to get them away from trying to shoot with two hands. Gets you that better form and that rotation that will go in. Now setting up the offense here are the Dragons. And they don't really have a move to get inside. With that zone giving a lot of problems there. And the first problem is walking without dribbling the basketball. Turns it over. With the three throw she made, she knocks things back up at 5. James brings it into the forecourt, beats her defender, goes to the basket, and they'll keep that off the swipe away. So now James looking to inbound, goes up top to Paisley. Paisley gets it over, turns it over, off the steal. As now these two going on the fast break, but this time she takes her time, gets it in, and gives this one a lead. She comes after again, too. It's odd to have probably the center, probably the top or second tallest player on one of the guards for the other team, but she's been doing a great job. 2 steals so far. They get it into the forecourt. Looking to go to the hoop. High floater. Futch not able to get it. That one collected by Lockett, but thrown out of bounds. And Futch for the Vikings comes up limping, looking to walk it off. Goes into the backcourt, has pressure. Very dominant with that right hand. So tries to go on the stutter forward, but the defense has sniffed it out and gets the steal. Back the other way is Diver. Has 2-on-1, doesn't see her other teammate there, but she collects the rebound, scoops it back up. Now Diver gets the other rebound, but she can't get that one to go in. Rebound taken down by Cannon, back the other way. Looking to go up, kind of had a weird setup, looking to the basket with contact coming. Futch gets the rebound but can't get it in. Futch has got 2 offensive boards already and really can do very well getting in good position. Three now by James, not there. Futch collects it. Sets things back up, but turns it over. Into the forecourt. Now she's got another one. She's got James all over her back. No call. Gets it there, back to the other side. Gets it, turns, puts it up. And Futch has it. Tough to get it out of her paws once she gets it. Some offensive boards going on there as we go back the other direction. Not sure she looked where the basket was on that one. But a quick shot, trying to get things going. Fry got the rebound, passes it out, and sets it up for Sparkman to get it. Sparkman can't get it to James, turns it over. Long shot around the elbow, can't get it in. Rebound taken by Murray. Not able to get it, Futch collects it. She could dribble, but she hasn't. And she throws the ball. And certainly frustrated by the continued contact around her after securing the ball. Gets it into Paisley. It goes into the forecourt. Yeah, I would have gone right back to her. A little frustration on the other end, but that turns into focus on the offensive side. 7-7 your score with 1:25 here in the first quarter. And that's being a good point guard. If you know that you have someone that's in the post and has been fighting, gets a little frustrated, and then look for them maybe offensively to use some of that energy. Futch's first foul, team second here in the first quarter. And the Dragons looking, they're not set up and they want a timeout to talk things over, so we'll give that to them. 7-7 your score with 1:12 here in the first quarter. Want to let you know that the Akron Public Schools pre-engineering program is among the best in the world. Yes, I said the world. The robotics teams have been winners in the world and national tournaments, and it all starts here in the Akron Public School classrooms. Learn more at akronschools.com. APS-IS also wants to thank Swenson's Drive-In for their support of Akron schools and athletics. Swenson's Drive-In, the home of the Galley Boy, America's best cheeseburger. And one of their secret ingredients, brown sugar. You wouldn't think you'd put it on a cheeseburger, but oh, it's delicious. If you haven't had one, try one out. As they look to get the ball back here, the Dragons look inside, gets the ball. One dribble, goes in, can't get it to fall through the basket. And Fry had it. Not sure where to go with it. Now we're going to go jump ball. Goes up top, Murray. Not sure these are all turnovers. It's just ball thrown around. from that standpoint. Now looking to set up. I like that. Get to the other side of the floor. Gets a good look, but can't get it to fall. Rebound taken down by Diver. Her third offensive, but then turns it over. Into the forecourt is Cannon. Can't find it. James takes it down. And we got a jump ball. Here's so much more of the coach's standpoint from the game. Goes over, can't get it in. Sets it back up with Murray on the ball. Got it tipped away, able to dribble, throws it up and over the sail. And not able to hit anything. That's an air ball and out of bounds. And putting the longer Murray on Paisley has been trouble here in the first quarter as we're almost near the end of it. Murray will bring it up top. Looks on the elbow, takes the shot there, had it open, and a second air ball. And both of the coaches, Coach Meadows and Lorello, trying to talk about things. As much as you can talk about it in practice, sometimes it's in the game that they realize, okay, I see what you wanted me to do in practice, and that's why it's important here. Basket went in, but it was after the first horn came off. 7-7 your score here at the end of the first quarter with the Dragons and Vikings all knotted up. APS-IS wants to thank the Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center for their support of Akron schools and athletics. Crystal Clinic and Orthopedic Center have same-day appointments and walk-ins for those unexpected injuries. Open 7 days a week. Check them out at the Crystal Clinic and Orthopedic Center. Graduation rates are climbing at the Akron Public Schools as they transform the high schools by strengthening the connection of learning in the classroom with what students may pursue after graduation, making learning more meaningful. It starts at the College and Career Academies of Akron at akronschools.com. We will have our APS-IS player of the game at the conclusion of tonight's basketball game. And I know one of the things that they had with the Super Bowl coming up before this broadcast was taped was some of the different prop bets for the Super Bowl, Peter. And one of them being having the player on the losing team win the MVP. It's only happened a handful of times in the history of the Super Bowl. And it's only happened probably a handful of times in our APS-IS player of the games. You'd have to have an outstanding performance and probably almost win. But I think we've had a couple. It's not many. Usually winning team does get that honor, as most things go. Turns that ball over. Cannon runs in the forecourt. Puts it up, can't connect. Diver with the rebound. She comes up the right side of the court. Good look for the other elbow, all by herself. Can't get it to go in. Teammates coming together trying to get it. Sparkman collects it, but turns it over. Trying to go to the other elbow. Not able to connect. Sparkman with another rebound, gives it to James. She'll survey a little scoop pass. Gets it there, and that one goes in. Cannon with a good shot. Starts this quarter off with the lead. Bringing in the forecourt as Murray goes over to the corner, has a teammate there, but Fry doesn't do anything. She comes into traffic, tries to throw it up, and Futch's side gets her to change directions. James with the rebound back the other way and sends it out to Paisley. Paisley looking.
Checking for the Dragons, number 2, Danae Lockett.
What? So, she hurt? I didn't see that she got hurt. But I guess they're calling an injury timeout by the officials for Cheyenne Fry to come out via injury. Goes inside to James, turned over. And a jump ball. Looking, tries to find James in the corner. Off the Dragons, it'll stay with Vikings. Here, as we sit up here, Peter, when you think back to the old Ellet High School, the lighting in here is so much brighter and clearer now with LED lighting that the school has used, and it's certainly a standard in most new schools as they're being built, but the energy savings, huge, and that just the clear flat light without all the shadows as they had before. Double dribble by Paisley, gets their 7th turnover. But so much clearer and just an even lighting certainly on the court, where the other one kind of, the court was lit up, but everywhere else was pretty shadowy. Looking to go inside, makes the move right along the baseline, met there by Futch, and she'll get called for the foul. It'll be her 2nd, team 3rd, as they will give her the shooting violation, or the shooting foul. Futch playing the middle of that 2-3 zone, and a little slow to come to the side. Probably could have just turned instead of stepping towards the ball, and still affected the shot. But this one goes in for Madison Ragsdale, her 3rd point now. Trying to add on to the lead a bit. Not able to connect on that one. Rebound, nobody. It's going to stay Dragon ball. Yeah, that official is. All right, here we go. Diver looks. Gets it over to Ragsdale. Not able to connect for that one from distance by Murray. And that will go now to the Vikings. And they're giving some full court press. Going to have to get around it, looking for James. And they moved Murray off of the ball, and that may not be the best decision as she goes to the basket easily, does James, for her 4th point. Really, the longer Murray had given her a lot of trouble on offense with her good defensive presence. Looking there, looks to get to the right side. Futch comes over, she swings it around. An interesting call that it was on the floor. 25 was the foul, so it looked like it was Sparkman before she came around. Her first, team 4th. But I'm sure that Murray would have preferred to keep moving and get a better shot. Sets up. See, part of that is right where Murray was, along the elbows and just above the baseline, as they basically pass it to the other team. Now Paisley the other way, can't get it to go in. Rebound Diver, she brings it up. Has Cannon on her. That one almost passed directly to Paisley again for a turnover. And this time, plenty of time to get it in, gets 2 points. Eight turnovers by the Dragons. Into the corner, through the hands, thrown away. So 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Dragons, and rightfully so. I think Meadows wants to talk things over, as offensively they've been able to get just some offensive sets from turnovers, and certainly wants to continue that. And looking at the sidelines, both teams with about 6 players that they're able to put in. East with 7, and North had 6 on the roster. I only see 5 over there at the time. So trying to use some of these to provide some rest as well. The Akron Public Schools offers the best and most affordable early learning and pre-kindergarten education in the area. Go to akronschools.com for more information. If you have a little one ready to get towards that early learning or pre-kindergarten age. pre-kindergarten being one of those things that can really set them up as they get into kindergarten and first grade. Studies have shown that those students are more accustomed to kind of being at school, picking up some of the first aspects of learning, whether it be math and writing and reading. Off the rebound, gets the foul.
Foul on the Dragons number 33, Nevaeh Ragsdale, her first, team third.
Nevaeh Ragsdale gets it, team third now, and that'll send Cannon to the line. She's got 4 rebounds. Was 1 for 2 last time at the line. Has good bend in the knees and an arc on it, and that one certainly goes in.
Number 14, Z. Cannon.
Makes the second as well. Diver hands it off and turns it over. 10 turnovers for the Dragons compared to 7 by the Vikings. Coming across, not quite enough, but good anticipation. Just couldn't find a place to put it. Throws it off her knee as she comes up around. You have 5 seconds to inbound the ball. And most players kind of have an internal clock. You can also look at the hand of the hand of the official. Put it off the leg of the Dragon last time and then accidentally put it off the foot of her own teammate. And now they gave it in. Goes into the forecourt as Murray. As they put Cannon on her up top there. Looking to go in, got a little bit of a roll and got it to go in. Madison Ragsdale with 2. James pushes the tempo. They've put Murray back on her. The defensive stopper in the first quarter. Paisley goes by her defender. And Murray grabs the rebound. She's got 3. Up into the front court. Tries to have some space there, a little bit of contact, played through it, not able to grab it and get it to go in. James with the rebound. Out of bounds on the top of your screen. 3:15 left here in the second quarter, with the Dragons leading this one by 5. Again, sends it to the legs of her teammate, and she's kind of on top of the ball, gets the quick jump ball if she couldn't kind of get off of it fast enough before the Dragons come in and force it. Off the jump goes to the Dragons. Three ball left side through the net. And now this net giving us trouble as it sticking off to the side. But Lockett with 3. First 3 in the ball game for either side. Into James. James comes up. Now they've put Diver on her. Long fadeaway jumper not there. Diver with the rebound. Trying to get Murray ahead. 2-on-1. Goes to the hoop. Where are they going to? They never stop her. She goes to the hoop and puts it in. Murray with 2. Her first points in the quarter. Five-second call. She wasn't able to get it through. Do we have our sides? Because the points are going, maybe I had these away. I had the Dragons as home, and I think on the scoreboard they have them as away. Let's see here. Yeah, they do. So let's change that. It's probably just on my side. Ragsdale with 2. Gets another turnover back the other way. Murray, met, turns, fades, not there. Cannon with the rebound, turns it over. Not there. Murray tries to step back through. And a little bit of the block allowed that ball to not get out of her hand, and then she ends up taking another step.
I changed it on mine, so probably saying the wrong score. I apologize. But with the run here, they've been able to take the lead, have the Dragons. If you think about this, only 7 points scored by both teams in the first quarter. Well over that with 2 minutes left here in the second. Ball in, tapped around, goes to Murray. Murray for the layup. Can't get it to fall in. James with the rebound. She's going to take it herself. Keep a defender right on her hip, making her try to make a move to the basket. Paisley has the scoop. Comes down hard on her back.
Foul on the Dragons, number 33, Ragsdale.
That foul's going to be on Ragsdale, her second, team fourth. Will send Paisley to the line. Only been there, it hasn't been there yet tonight. Paisley makes the first. Looking at the stats so far, Peter, at almost halftime, rebounding certainly could be an advantage, a big advantage, and could be one of the telling things of how you could become APS IS player of the game. Gets it up top. It's a tough inbound pass. Goes for the three, not able to get it. Cannon with the rebound. Looks to go, not sure where that was going. Another turnover. Futch picked it up, set it up to Cannon. Cannon right at the free throw line. Gets the roundy bounce to go in. Cannon now with 6 in the quarter. And gives them back the lead as we have a minute left in this half. Up to Murray. Ball tipped. Tipped again and turned over. Sends it up to Paisley. Paisley surveys. No one's going to stop her. She keeps going to the basketball, goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Vikings. And this is where it can kind of help because Futch isn't coming down the floor every time, so now she's able to set up in the paint against the smaller Ragsdale. Paisley goes back to the corner. James trying to go baseline, cut off. Futch has been in the key for a while, but not able to collect the rebound. Ragsdale gets it, sends it in the forecourt. Murray basically by herself, can't get it to go in, but luckily teammates are there to help as Diver gets two. James has pressure. 18 seconds left. Now picks up the dribble, needs help. Paisley comes from behind, kicks it out of her hands, and continues to dribble. 10 seconds now here in the half. Picks it up way outside. Now the count starts. Gets some space out of bounds. It will stay with the Vikings. 3.9 left, a tie ball game. So a quarter that we've had 12 points scored by each team, but we're all knotted up, trying to get an edge here going into halftime. 4 ticks left. Goes inside to Sparkman. Sparkman stepped out of bounds, and now 2.5 to go to the length of the court. And really only one person back there to inbound. So it's got to go to Diver. Gets it. 2 seconds. Throws it up. The long three will be short. And it will stay just like we had at the end of the first quarter. It stays knotted 19-19 as the Dragons and the Vikings stay that way. We'll take a break here on APS IS and come back before action returns here with first half stats. Welcome back as we're just about ready to get the second half going here from Ellet High School as the Vikings and Dragons all knotted up at 19. So I can't really go with the leading team, but I'll go with start with the away team. Their leading scorer is going to be Madison Ragsdale with 7 points. Now they do have Angel Murray and Danya Lockett each with 5. Their leading rebounder though is Diver with 9 rebounds, 5 offensive, with Murray being the second one with 3 rebounds. On the other end, leading scorer is Ambrera Cannon for the Vikings with 7 points. She also has 6 rebounds. Rebounding has been certainly a big part of what's going on here, as a team, the Vikings with 15 rebounds, and that's their leading edge, and that's how they've stayed in it, even though they have less turnovers. They've been able to get things going, certainly with the additional possessions of rebounding as they turn this one over. Jasmine Oden checked in for the first time, and we saw her before. She has the knee brace on, and you can see she's still gaining strength, it looks like, on that leg. Yeah, a 19 to 25 rebounding edge as they turn it over again to the Dragons. Oh boy, how'd you get there? Well, it wasn't teleporting, I'll tell you that. You traveled, but it wasn't through time. Looking to go inside. Brooklyn Diver brings it up. Goes inside, nice little stop and shot there. Can't get it to go in. Rebound taken by Lockett. Hits along the baseline, can't get it. There's 2 teammates right next to each other. We don't know who's going to score. It finally gets Murray to go in. And they take the lead here in the second half as they've been knotted the first 2 quarters. Tied at 7 after the first, tied at 19 after the second quarter, and now the third quarter comes in. So interesting to see what adjustments we'll see. One of them certainly has been Murray on James, one of the most exciting matchups to watch in this game. Paisley goes in, a little scoop pass into the center court, not able to get the shot up. James for 3 on the outside, goes up over the basket. That's out of bounds. I've liked Murray's game a lot. I don't like how she does a lot of passing with one arm, like a baseball throw. It's just less accurate overall. And to me, it kind of gives up that she's trying to go long, so then I'm going to, like, no one does a baseball throw for the person standing close to you. So now I'm going to back up a little bit and see if I can pick it off. Goes right through traffic and gets the shot to go in. Their leading scorer now with 9 as Ragsdale gets that one to go through and slices through the defense. Now Murray on Paisley gets the cannon. Can't get that one to go in, and finally taken down by Murray. Murray gives it up and gets it to go in. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a call there, but there was not. She gets the ball to go through the basket on the baseline jumper. Oden sends it to Cannon, who slows up. Now speed turns back on.
Blocking foul on the Dragons, number 14. On Dragons number 22, Danielle Lockett, her first, team first. Returning the game for the Vikings.
Lockett with her first foul, team first, here in the second half. Oh boy, Paisley finally calls it in. And now they've moved Murray on to her as well. And Sparkman not able to catch the pass. Gets into the jump ball. Stepped over as Cannon faked it like she was walking up court, then came back and got Murray to cover her. And Diver gets caught. 15 turnovers now for the Dragons. Only 8 on the other side for the Vikings. Trying to get it in. Stays. As the hot potato couldn't be held on to, and it's going to stay with the Vikings here. Down by 6. Looking for 3, off target. No, he doesn't need the ball. Yeah, you do need the ball. Sorry. Now some pressure from the Vikings. Foul underneath. And that's going to be Futch's third. Team first. Futch came in and had 2 fouls just in the first quarter. Had a pretty clean second quarter, but does very well with her positioning around the post. Ragsdale gets the first one to go in. Futch will come out. Lines up the second, just a little long. Murray almost gets it. Almost gets it again as Sparkman came down with the rebound. She may have some nightmares of Murray around her on the basketball court as that possession was giving her trouble. Long 3 throw goes in. Ragsdale now with a big quarter, 6 in the quarter, opens it up to a 9-point lead. James goes up. Little floater, can't get it to go in. Rebound taken down by Diver, her 10th rebound. Now goes into Lockett. Back to Murray. Back to Diver. Crossed her over, goes to the basket, just short. Sparkman with a rebound. She's got 5 rebounds, all defensive. Odin brings it up. Potentially what a difference this team would have been if she'd be at full strength as she's out here starting the conditioning process. A good ball handler that we've seen in the limited action that she's been able to play. Brings us within 7. 4 minutes left as we're near the end of the third quarter. Looks right side, goes out of her hands and now loses the dribble. Murray looks, double teamed into the corner. Can't get it to go. And I think he thought it was out of bounds, but we're going to have a foul.
Foul on the James in the third quarter. Ragsdale, her third, team second.
Ragsdale with the foul, her third foul, team second, goes in to Paisley coming down the right side of the court and then brings stuff back out. Picks up her dribble, trying to go inside to James, can't handle it, ball tipped around. It's going to be picked up by Diver. 10th rebound, 10th turnover for the Vikings. Coming across, trying to scoop, no, goes outside for the 3, spots up, just short. Gets the rebound, it's going to bring it inside and take a little floater off the front of the rim, can't get it to go in. A little sore coming up is Dana Lockett. Stays in the game. Now defensively on the ball, gives it to Paisley. This has been her game. Comes up the floor and tries to get you at one speed, switches up the speed, and then off to the basket she runs. Odin turns, can't get it to go. Sparkman's going to try and chase it down, but can't. Runs out of court. And they're going to give the full court press. They've had some problems on this because they haven't set up right away. They've already have a 5-second violation, not able to get it in early enough. And now they let Murray come up to half court before they pressure her. Looking to double. Odin comes back off. Diver goes right side pass. Odin gets blocked from behind. Looking to shoot on the little scoop pass. Not there. Ball taken down by Cannon. And we'll have a foul. 22. Lockett, her second. Team third. Sorry, team third. I had 4 on the board. That was wrong. That's timeouts. Oh, great move inside. Looking for Sparkman. She can't get it in, though. Ball's going to be on the front of her. Unfortunately, Ragsdale followed it around. It'll be her 4th foul, team 4th. And chances are she's going to come out. Next one will be her last. And she does. So that'll bring in Cheyenne Fry. Fresh off the bench and a fresh 5 fouls. We got too many players on the floor. They called her off, and she went back on. Yeah, she still thinks she's on the court. Oh, you subbed me. I got it now. We got it. It's hard because she thought they were, oh, you just want me to play back further than normal. Long jumper not there. Murray with the rebound, her 5th. Loses her dribble. Sends it up to Ragsdale. And she'll look over to Lockett. Lockett over to Fry, goes through traffic, loses the ball. Odin there. 16 turnovers. And certainly the story for them. Their rebounding edge has been there. Rebound by Ragsdale again. And a full timeout taken to talk things over as we are starting to run out of time here in the third, but this one still a good one with the Dragons leading 28-21 over the North Vikings. The fine arts are alive and well at the Akron Public Schools. There are 3 facilities, the Miller South School, the Firestone Community Learning Center, and the Akron School of Arts. All offer award-winning programs that include a commitment to sequential art courses designed to develop the advanced skills and specific arts focus. Learn more at akronschools.com. APS-IS also wants to thank the Eckerd Baldwin Funeral Home for their support of Akron schools and athletics. Eckerd Baldwin Funeral Home is there for you during hard times when there's death, and they promise to be there for you in your time of need. Whether it's a traditional service or other cremation options, think Baldwin Funeral Home and Chapel. And now they're going to bring full court pressure, so he's got their press breaker in here. And probably not how he designed it, but they did break the press. They get a shot at the basket, 2 shots and 3 shots, but none of them have gone in. Murray tips it but won't have time to get over there. But Lockett with a rebound as well as Fry. I'm sorry. Yeah. They've been winning the rebounding battle, and that's why they have the lead here. 1:45 left in the third quarter. Turns the ball right over. 12 turnovers for them. Can't get it. Ball goes back to Fry. She's not able to collect. Paisley gets it. Off she runs. Settles the offense a bit. Looks to the corner. James stutter steps. That's usually where she likes to take it. Taking another one to go to the basket. She'll take the 3 from the top of the arc. Can't get it to go. Murray with another rebound. She's got 6. They keep the ball off the tip. Murray looks and gets it in to Lockett. Who are we throwing it to? There's nobody open over there. This is where you see some of the settling that Paisley has is she just takes the ball and kind of dribbles and allows people to kind of set up. So they're not flustered, they're set up and then tries to get them set up where they can get a good shot. Goes in position to get a good shot, can't get it going. Cannon with the rebound. She's got 8. She takes it coast to coast, can't get it to go in. Murray with another board. Getting into the forecourt, just past Murray. She collects it, takes some contact, fades away, can't get that to go. Oden on the floor trying to grab it. And now we've got a scrum. I'm sure we're going to have a foul. And that would be on Diver, her first, team 5th, as they near the bonus here in the end of the third. 38 seconds left. The Vikings find themselves down 7, mainly due to rebounding and turnovers as they get another one there. Murray goes 2, has some contact, gets the call. It goes through, and she'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Her 4th point in the quarter. Cannon's first, team second. And she's got to tie her shoe before we shoot this one. Last time we saw her with the long hair, it felt like there was a couple of times when she tried dribbling, the hair comes around and kind of gets between her touch of the ball. Certainly can't say that today, as she's had a fantastic game. Marks it up with the one-handed shot. So gets the 3-point play and extends this one to 10. Into Oden. Oden coast to coast, can't get it to go. Murray gets it, looks up, into traffic. Cannon had it, lost it. Oden has a great find of James underneath with the assist before the end of the half. 7 seconds left as they got to go the distance to get a shot. They're just going to get it in bounds. And it looks like you can't hand it to them. You got to pass it. So if I hand it and I'm out of bounds and you're in bounds, that makes the ball out of bounds. That's what we saw there. They got to pass it in. 2.9 now. They get a shot here. Looking underneath the basket. She's got to shoot quick, but didn't have it. And that'll do the quarter for us. As a struggle for them, they only get 4 points in the quarter to get to 23 while giving up 12 points. Just clearing something up on here. So I had my, luckily they had the same score for, 2 quarters. I only flip-flopped them at the end there. So my apologies for that. Let's get back to our other stuff here. Certainly we'll have our APS-IS player of the game at the end of this quarter as we approach the 4th quarter. And certainly there's plenty of other great highlights to see for you. If you do like APS-IS and Akron Public Schools and the City Series Sports Collection, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and certainly see all of the games and activities on our YouTube channel. You can go to Akron Schools on YouTube and find all of those things right there. Also want to let you know that APS-IS wants to thank Leonardo's Pizza and Chicken right here in Ellet for their support of Akron Schools and athletics. Leonardo's Pizza and Chicken, where delicious pizza is still made on a stone oven. Get your slice today from Leonardo's. So last quarter, leading scorer, 13 points, is Madison Ragsdale. She's got another foul right behind her. Angel Murray, she's got 11 after 3 quarters. On the other end, not a lot of scoring. On the other end, they only got 4 points in the quarter. And we haven't seen Cannon really be a part of the offense. She didn't score any points in the 3rd quarter at all. So looking to see if she's going to be a part of that 4th quarter, as Futch is going to get hit with another foul. That'll be her 4th and probably send her back to the bench.
Foul on the Vikings, number 15, Samira Futch. Her 4th, team 3rd.
Team 3rd. And so we're going to shoot for Brooklyn Diver.
At the line, shooting 2 for the Dragons, number 3, Cheyenne Fry.
Oden looking to come in for the Vikings. Lines this up a little bit long.
Checking for the Vikings, number 1.
That's in the 4th. We're in the 4th. Put the stats in the 4th, Dave. We're in the 4th. Final quarter. You just read the promotional item. About the APS highest player of the game. Misses that one as well. And a rebound to Casper in the corner. It'll go to the other side. Casper was your friendly ghost. For those of you not getting that reference the first time. Unlike, let's say, a Slimer, an unfriendly ghost. Or most of the ghosts from the Christmas Carol. They weren't that friendly. Sends it into James with a bit of a push. Gets it over to Paisley. She'll go into the forecourt. Has numbers. Looks for Odin right at the foul line. Gets it in. Odin, her second basket. Gets this within 6. Ball tipped up. Look ahead. You got a teammate up there with no defender on her. And she does. She finds it. Overshoots a bit. Tries to get inside. Swipe down. Back up again. Over the other side of the rainbow and not there. But stolen. Cannon had that last rebound. Oh boy. It's going from one side to the other.
Vikings number 1, Jasmine Odin.
Odin, her first foul, team 4th. Team 4th. I think they said 5th, wrong side. Oh. Can't get that one in there. Murray misses the first one. So in the quarter so far, they have 3 missed free throws. Not a way to continue the offense you've had. That one looked pretty good. That didn't go in, though. Rebound finally collected by Cannon. Cannon having a nice night. She's got 10 rebounds. Turned the ball over again, though. That not so good. 15 turnovers on that. So as Peter said, it's been a close game. 16 turnovers for the Dragons, 15 for the Vikings. But the rebounding edge has gone certainly to the Dragons. That's what's kept it in there. They turn the ball over again, so we'll add to that. Into the forecourt. Cannon can't find the box to put it in. And now we're getting a lot more fouls than we've seen the first couple quarters. That'll be Cannon's second, team 5th. So now they both have 5 team fouls and 3 timeouts. And luckily the score isn't even. That's a good thing if you're a Dragons fan. Looking to go up ahead. They get it there. Diver stops. Great block by Cannon, who comes across. Her first block, and now we're having another foul, and we are headed to the bonus pretty soon. It has gotten very tight on the play call. Lockett with her third, team 6th. The next one will be in the bonus for them. Odin looking to inbound. Odin looks, it was tipped. Goes to Murray, who threw it away. Cannon goes, really no one stopping the ball as she goes to the basket, and she just keeps going. And Ragsdale will get her second foul. And now we're in the bonus. 7 fouls. So we'll be shooting 1-and-1 or more for the remaining 6 minutes. I don't understand the fouls in the backcourt, but I think if you had just come up to meet her a little sooner, then she takes the shot, and they've been a great rebounding team. Stop the ball, make them shoot, and rebound, rebound, rebound. That one goes in for Cannon. Tries to go baseline. The problem with the baseline is you run out of space on the other side. Okay, she's on the floor. Oh, when she finds her underneath, and that one goes in for the 3-point play. From a jump ball down on the floor, it turns into an assist. Paisley gets called for it, and now they're set up for the bonus the rest of the way as well. Lockett gets the 2. On the find. And misses the second. Murray with the rebound. Going the wrong way, though. It is the fourth quarter. You've been going that way for a whole quarter already. But it happens. She just took off, got the rebound, set it up to her partner in the back for an easy score, but it turned into a backcourt violation. The backcourt violation should be under the basket. That's where it occurred, but oh well. James can't get it to fall in. See, she's got to take it down, and then you got to make a move, get it back out of there. Diver with another rebound. So she has 11. Goes into Murray. Murray, right side, picks up the dribble, goes back to Diver, who got it tipped away. And this is where it's crucial. A 6-point game. Murray had got the ball in great position to be able to put it back up and score again. That would have made it an 8-point game. But just got confused on where to go. 3 ball, not there. Sparkman with the rebound. She's got 6. As she comes across, and Paisley goes to the floor. That one will go on Murray, her second, team 8th. So Paisley will shoot 1 and 1. And they will take a timeout, a 30-second timeout by Meadows as he wants to talk things over. APSIS wants to thank the Peanut Shop for their support of Akron schools and athletics. The Peanut Shop proudly serving the Akron area since the 1930s, providing an outstanding candies, chocolates, nuts, and much more. Check them out at the Peanut Shop. If you can just imagine all the good things they had in 1930 and then how they have adapted now into 2021. 90 years in business and a staple within the Akron area. Connecting the community to classrooms, Akron Public School has hundreds of businesses, organizations, and foundations supporting its students and families each and every day. AkronSchools.com. So 1 and 1, down 6. Paisley can't get that one to go in. Rebound taken down by Murray, sends it up. Can't get that one to go. James with the rebound. James gets it, hands it off. She's got 5 rebounds. Into Sparkman. Back to Cannon, who hit an air ball. Murray collects that one. She's got 12 rebounds now. Back to her, and she'll bring it into the forecourt. So basically their leading rebounder and point guard and almost leading scorer. Very close on that one. Second leading scorer so far. Both of them certainly potential APS players of the games. But you got to pull out the victory. Gets the ball in, sends it over to Diver. And they're going to try and play the hold game to see if they can get time off the clock. We're at 4:32. When you pick up the dribble, that's no good. Now you should be able to dribble again. And she slices through the defense, finds a good shot, can't connect. Rebound stays with the Dragons. As the official said, it went off of Sparkman's hand. Much of the debate of all 6 people here in the stands. Good news, guys. Even with only a few people in the stands, they still argue with the officials. Sends it up off the turnover. Cannon with the play. Can't get it to go in. So 18th turnover for the Dragons will send them to the line. Foul was on Diver, her second, team 9th. And sends Cannon to the line. Now she got 2 points from the foul line earlier, but has been very quiet. Scored 6 points in the second, 1 in the first, and then nothing in the third. Now with her 3rd point here in the 4th, trying to make a run at it. That one just off the mark. Rebound taken down by Diver. She's got 12 boards. Looking to go into Murray. Murray collects it, has it, hands it back off. Into the corner, hits the corner. James sends it up. Cannon, no one in front of her. Goes to the hoop, high off the glass, nowhere close. Can't get that one to go in. Diver with another rebound. She's stuck now. James behind her. Paisley in front of her. And a jump ball called. Outside for the three, an air ball. Diver with another board. She's got 14. She just keeps adding them on there. Now going coast to coast. Oden in front of her. Kind of bulldozes her out of the way. That one, I guess, is a shot. It was blocked. Cannon with the rebound. Looking to go up. Can't get it to go in for James. Cannon just fades away and throws up a prayer, and it goes in. We got a three-point game, Peter. 3:15 here. They wanted to dribble out. Now you got to score. Can't forget what offense got you here. Now, Murray goes to the hole. Double team now. Tries to get some space. Fades away. Not there. Tries to put that one back up. Hits the bottom of the backboard. And Oden has it. Gives it back up. Goes to the hoop. Stutter step. Gets it to go in and extends this one. Ragsdale with two. Her first in the fourth quarter. Up to Sparkman. Sparkman there. Hit hard. No foul call. Cannon right there, floater short. Can't figure out what to do with the basketball right yet. Ragsdale had it, sends it up to Diver. Diver double teamed, gets the ball back, was out of bounds when she retouched the ball. .240, slow to bring someone to sub in, and that person is Samara Futch. She's got 4 fouls. You got 2:20 left here in the quarter, and you need rebounding, obviously, so they bring her in for that. Paisley brings it into the forecourt, kind of dribbles too far ahead of her, gets the defender to fall, and they say a double dribble when she turned. So a turnover. 16. 5-point game. That one's such a huge one to get to go in, as each possession can be multiple possessions with the rebounding edge. They can go right side, and a travel call. Full timeout to be used by the Vikings. APSIS wants to thank Kohl's Garage Incorporation for their support of Akron schools and athletics. Kohl's Garage providing comprehensive auto repair at affordable prices to get you back on the road, and they've been doing that for a long time. Let's say 40 years, about as long as Dave Schick's been around, so you can tell how long that is. Culinary arts, pet management, cosmetology, masonry, and many other of the diverse and exciting programs are offered every day at APS. Visit Akron Public Schools online at akronschools.com. Also, the fine arts are alive and well at Akron Public Schools. There are 3 facilities: the Miller South School, the Firestone Community Learning Center, and the Akron School for the Arts. All offer award-winning programs that include a commitment to sequential art courses designed to develop advanced skills and specific arts focus. Learn more at akronschools.com. Well, we still a lot left in this basketball game. You got 4 timeouts, so a difference of basically 2 possessions. Haven't had a lot of threes, so probably 3 possessions. They get it into Paisley, who again has Murray on her, who has been a defensive stopper in my opinion. Oden stutter steps through on the Euro. That one goes to Ragsdale on the rebound, and I didn't get what the call was. I don't know what that was. She couldn't have fouled her because we'd be shooting. Look down at my notes. All this changed. Lockett has it. Over to Murray. Driver, long jumper not there. Sparkman with the rebound. She's got 7, trying to get rid of it. Oh, it hit the top of the hoop. Ball tipped up and around. She's back over there and finally secures it. Goes back to Murray up top. Paisley on her. Tries to get over to Ragsdale again. This over to Driver. Can't get it to go in. Sparkman tipped it but didn't get it. I'm not sure why she doesn't dribble out. She gets the ball. Probably one of their better rebounders underneath is Ragsdale, but not able to do anything. She's got 4 rebounds. So thrown out of bounds. 20 turnovers for the Dragons, and Paisley dribbles off her shoe. Throws it from the floor, gets it to Cannon, gets it over to Odin. Try to find James, but a little behind. James settles, shoots, not there. Gannon can't get it, goes back to Ragsdale. And Driver will hold it here near half court, trying to get it to her teammates. They get it over. Back to the extended elbow, 3-point line. Under a minute left now, 5-point lead. Telling them to foul to put them on the line. They're double teaming and still not fouling. Down to 40 seconds, and now we have a timeout. And that timeout taken by the East Dragons as looking to see what they want to do here. I thought it was actually a pretty good possession. Kind of had the defensive set, not knowing what to do and not fouling, so the clock was your friend. Easily ate up 30 seconds with some of the confusion defensively. You can't foul on either side without shooting, but I think they wanted to foul knowing that it's really a 3-possession game, so you would rather have the clock stop and try to get 3 2-point shots to go in and just be down, hopefully, if you're shooting this one with a 1-and-1. Maybe they make one, or maybe they don't make any, and it still stays a 5-point game. But now, about 40 seconds left. Well, when you look at it, you have Angel Murray with 11 points. She's also got 12 rebounds. You also have Madison Ragsdale with 15 points. She's got 7 rebounds. Brooklyn Driver, she's only got 4 points, but she does have 14 rebounds. So you got 3 good candidates there if they can hold on to it. Throws it into space. Their player goes and gets it. 40 seconds left. A little slow to start the clock. She holds it. And going to get some help with the foul by James. Her first, team 7th, so we'll shoot with 36.1.
At the line, shooting the 1-1 for the Dragons. Number 5, both ending there.
I love when coaches say, make the first one. It's like, I have trouble making both of them. That's what I always felt when my coach was like, well, make the first one. Like, well, if it were up to me, I would make all of them, every single one. Like, I would go 100% from the line. It's easier said than done, Coach. That was always my thing. Like, well, I'm not trying to miss any of them. She's going to tie her shoe here. Lines it up. Driver has missed 3 in a row. Misses that one as well, so no points added on there, but they didn't get the rebound. Murray with the rebound. So the possession extends. They're at 30 seconds now. 5-point game. You have to foul. Oh, a tough foul there. You'd rather foul making a play. It's going to be her second foul for James. And I'm sure the coach is saying the same thing. I'd rather you take the foul trying to get a steal and make a play, because if they don't call the foul, you get a steal, you run the other way, you got to score. Where you don't just want to foul. Finds that. Can't get that one to go in either. Sparkman takes the rebound down. Has to get it to Paisley. Paisley back the other way. Has to go to the hoop. Got to get 3 possessions. Now with 14 seconds left, you need 2 more. They're taking their time as Paisley gets that one to go in. And that goes out of bounds and will go to the Vikings ball. And a timeout by the Vikings. On the other end, looking at the stat sheet, you have 12 points for Zambara Cannon, you also got to give her 11 rebounds, so she's got a double-double going so far. Sparkman's had a nice game with 8 rebounds. I seem to be calling her name all the time underneath the hoop, either by causing a block or a bad shot or getting a rebound as well. They've had some scoring problems as only put up 4 points in the third quarter. And now this quarter, they've done pretty well. They have 9 points on the board, and they've only given up 4. So this is the slowest quarter scoring-wise for the Dragons. They'll get the ball at midcourt. Cannon looking. James has it. Looks at the three. Has an open look. Puts it up, but it's an air ball. Murray takes it down. And that will do it, as the air ball wasn't enough. And the Dragons win this one 35-32 as they try to have a late push, but not enough. We certainly want to look at the Akron City Series brought to you by APS. Your Akron Public Schools information station has their player of the game, which we have unanimously, being just me pretty much. It goes to Angel Murray, who had 11 points and 14 rebounds. Probably their second best rebounder on the team, but also she played fantastic defense, as I said a lot of times, on the ball handler for the other end, as well as one of their main point guards as well. So we certainly want to congratulate Angel Murray as being our APS-IS player of the game. Certainly you can check out more games. Go to Akron Schools or Akron Public Schools on our social media networks for other ones. Want to thank those that helped make this broadcast possible. Our producer, Ryan Rittenhouse, to our cameraman, Peter George. I am Dave Schick, and we certainly want to thank all the collaborative efforts from the school administrators, teachers, parents that empower the Akron students to achieve their highest level of success. This broadcast brought to you by APS-IS, where we imagine, inspire, and inform. Good night.